So I'm one of the co-founders of Fyle. So ultimately, all things tech, customer success, and people operations, I'm responsible for that. So Fyle is a expense management product. It's a SaaS product. We've been around for about 6 years. Primarily sell in to US SMBs. To help manage employee spend. In case you're not familiar with what that is, let's say you're a 50-member company, about 20 or 30 folks, they would incur expenses on behalf of the company. They might take a client out for coffee, they'd have to travel to either within the city or outside the city, make some, which means booking a flight, booking cab, and so on, right? And a lot of times you end up using a corporate card for that. So you swipe that card and then you forget about it. But ultimately, all of that has to be accounted for properly. So that's why we sort of come in, we make the entire process very smooth, all the way from incurring the expense to ultimately pushing in the right entries into the accounting system, which is in good shape. Our customers wanted certifications, specifically SOC2 compliance was something that some of our larger customers asked for. We have a number of partners as well, technology partners, and they want to work with other technology partners who are SOC2 certified. And PCI DSS is the next one, which is what we're doing right now. Yeah, so we did a brief foray a couple of years ago, just before COVID hit. We were actually working in that other fashion, right? Which was more, get like a security consultant and sort of had like giant spreadsheets, I think multiple sessions to determine and then do like a gap analysis and all of this stuff. So we went down that process. It got interrupted when COVID hit, and then our priorities sort of changed and we had to do other things.
Okay.
So then that was sort of put in the back burner for a bit. So we stopped at the gap analysis state. And I think it took us 4 or 5 weeks to figure out where we are. We had not even started with the implementation. The part that I was not very happy about is the checklist is so large. It's how do you ensure that it is maintained? And it was taking up a significant amount of my bandwidth. Okay. And it's not like we have a dedicated security team that would do this. So after 6 months, I don't know, are we still compliant or not, was going to be a problem. Yeah, so we had some existing clients that we had promised certain timelines, some new deals on board where we had sort of promised some timelines. So yeah, there were commitments that we had made. I would not have believed the timelines except for the reference I told you, right? They actually told me that it matched the timeline. So that was very interesting to me, because again we had to deliver it on a schedule and stuff. So the second thing was I think even at the very sales stage, the solution was well presented. I could see a path towards it, which is a combination of product, but there was also project management. Even though the timeline seemed a little bit difficult to believe, there was a plan that seemed to support that, hey, this is possible, which is good. Basically, my simple metric is, okay, if things are moving and I don't need to get involved, that is great. Right? That's as simple as that. So yeah, and that was going well. I could see that progress was being made. I do think that it is a very well thought out product and service, because it really addressed our needs to the T. I think the team has been very good. Everybody I've interacted with has been really, really good. Timelines were definitely aggressive, but also doable. And I could see that on both sides, things were moving. I felt they were responsive on, all the parties involved were very responsive. The fact that I could tell where we were not compliant at any point in time, that visibility was very interesting. Compliance requires, in this case, every employee to also do certain activity.
Correct.
Right? That is usually the more difficult part of it. So that visibility was very good. We could tell quickly, okay, who has to do what, and we'd sort of have an escalating way of reminding folks. Right, first the people success team would sort of tell them, hey, you've not done these things. Then slowly it will go to the manager, and then slowly it goes so slowly the pressure keeps increasing till you actually do it.